down here in Newgate Mall, hanging out, asking some people a couple little history questions. First off, what are the first 3 words to the American Constitution?
The rights, I don't know.
Can you give me the first word of the Constitution? And we'll work up from there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion.
We live in a system in this country that depends upon participatory democracy. That was the vision of the founders. It's a vision that's several hundred years old now, but it's a vision that requires constant nurture. And to the extent we are not educating and raising and nurturing citizens to continue their individual participation in the decision-making that affects their lives, that vision can erode. And I think there are a lot of pressures on it. And I think that it's very important for us in public education, in particular, to keep that vision foremost in our thoughts.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union.
The first 10 amendments to the American Constitution are called the...
You're asking me really hard questions.
I tend to think of civic education as, in some respects, it's the key to allowing people who have extraordinary differences in terms of ethnicity, religion, culture, language, heritage. That's the one thing they can share in common. And public education was designed in this country to be the method by which you allowed people to come together to acquire those skills in common and that commitment in common. And if we let that slip, if we lose that, if we lose our notion of the civic mission of public education, I think the risks of increasing divisiveness and alienation among so many parts of our polity are very high.
Is there A and B questions here?
Give me a clue.
The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses.
You look at, for example, service-related education. If you take students out of the classroom and engage them in a community service project, or even a school service project, it doesn't matter how local it is, but you give them the experience of dedicating their efforts to making things better for the common good, they come away feeling very good, not just having increased buy-in to the notion of the common good, but having an increased sense of self-confidence that they can make a difference and that they can develop skills that will continue to make a difference. So there's a long list of programs, tasks, initiatives that we can support. It's one reason why the coalition of organizations across the state who are focused on various aspects of civic engagement and civic learning have come together to try to coordinate our efforts to get exponential value out of the things that individual projects are doing.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God.
Okay, this one's a little harder, all right? So get that brain warm here. Name the 3 branches of government established by the Constitution.
Oh no, we went over this.
The 3 branches.
I can't remember.
Voting, of course, is one, and it's an easy to measure expression of civic engagement. When I used the phrase participatory democracy, I was intending to include a whole panoply of skills that people need to exist in the kind of nation we have sought to build. Those skills have to do with communication, with problem solving without violence, with mediation of disputes, with civil discourse, with the resolution, with tolerance for difference, and the resolution of difference on an individual and group level. We have experiences in law-related education where we bring students in starting in the elementary grades, certainly by the middle school grades, and are giving them opportunities to experience the judicial system, the dispute resolution system, they love it. They understand it, and you can see them taking the skills they learn in that process, mock trials, classroom exercises, and so on, taking those skills back out into the larger problems that they encounter in their neighborhoods and their community.
You should know when you go to school. No, I'm not a history major. No. I'm not either.
Let's see, judicials. Let's see, judicial.
You're there, man. That's one. You're there.
And secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity.
The first thing we can do, certainly as adults, is to model good behavior. We can be informed about the affairs of our community, of our neighborhoods, and of our local government, and of our state government, and of our national government. We can have basic literacy, and we can model that for our children. We can support our public schools. We can rededicate ourselves to the civic mission of the public schools and ensure that the teachers there have the resources and the support that they need to put together these kinds of classroom experiences, to put together the kinds of networks with local and state government, with the courts, with the legislature, with the executive branch, to give students hands-on experience, to explain to them, not just to explain to them, but to let them see how it matters in their lives.
Executive, judicial, and legislative.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You see signs on a national level and within our own state that people are paying attention to this problem, that the degree of alienation and disengagement has been getting bad enough that people are noticing. You see Congress, for example, supporting a national congressional effort on civic education. I am optimistic that the degree of attention we're focusing on this issue now is going to take us into the future in very positive ways.
Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
If you give young people the opportunity and the experience of making a difference, that is something that they will take into their adult life. You can change attitudes, and you can change people's willingness to work to make this a better place to live.